Hello and welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray and Wendy Tadiucci. How you doing today?
Hey. Little
Yeah.
stressed. You never want to get a call from the bank. Got a call from the bank. Mom's account's overdrawn because this amount was taken out. I don't think it should have been taken out. It shouldn't have. So now I have that joy to deal with.
Oh, and
How are you, Steph?
Happy Friday. I am good. I am good. Yesterday, actually this whole week, I knew that we were going to be getting rain for the next eon of days. So I was like determined to get grass seed on the backyard.
Oh, wow.
And seeds in the ground.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
do the different things. So I've been gardening and doing things the past like 3 nights in a row. Like Gabriel and I have been out until dark.
Yeah.
For the past 2 nights. It was hilarious. Like one night, so we had this old IKEA table that we brought it out last year for a yard sale, and then it never made its way back into the house, and eventually plants were just living on it. And it was a wooden table, so I knew it was going to die. Like my husband hated this table. He just wanted it gone, but was too lazy to make it go away. So he just let the nature ruin the table.
So did it disintegrate or what?
Well, it was really funny. Right before winter, I had just like shoved it over our whiskey barrels that are on the side of the house. Just get it out because I had it like on right in front of our front door. And I was like, that does not need to stay there all winter. I moved it and I went to move it to get it out of there. And one of the legs just broke right off. And so I just kind of put it on the grass and went, okay,
So is it now like?
Well, so this was the best part. I looked at it. I was like, I don't have time to deal with this. What am I going to do with this? And Joe is working up in Northern Maine right now. So I was like, how am I going to deal with this? And I just said to Gabe, I go, hey, Gabe, you want to knock some table legs off and take it apart? And he proceeded to spend the next like hour or so. He knocked one of the table legs off. Then he went downstairs, got some tools. He literally
he took it apart.
He took the entire table apart. Now, this is an IKEA table that was like a nice little square that you could then pull out sides and make it a longer rectangle. So it had all these like sections and things, and he took every single thing apart. We put the metal parts in a bin. He stacked all the wood.
Really?
I was like, you're the best, kid. You're the best. So so that kept him entertained and occupied. And he's hilarious because he found this YouTube page that it's a woodworker guy who makes cars out of wood. Like, you know, they're like really big models. And he'll make like he was very excited because the guy made a Cybertruck out of the wood. And he just thinks that those things are fascinating, I guess is the word, because I'm not sure, like, we don't think they're cool, but he apparently thinks they're cool.
Yeah.
And but the guy actually makes like if you turn the wheels of the wooden truck actually, so he gives it full mechanics. And he says to me last night, so I'm thinking from the wood from the table, maybe I can build a Cybertruck.
Have at it. That'll keep him busy.
Solid particle board. I was like, you might want to start with just like whittling a bird.
Go big or go home, Mom.
Go big or go home. Exactly. Knowing him, he'll figure it out too.
I have no doubt that he will. And next week you'll be like, so
he did it.
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting.
Exactly.
Next week.
Oh, so now it's a rainy, gloomy morning, and
you've got our weather. It came your way.
Exactly. It always does.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's just what happens.
It's still rainy and gloomy here, by the way.
Okay. Sorry. So do you want to talk about your Oracle card?
Yeah. So what I pulled this morning, expression of gratitude, add thankfulness to your day, which I thought was really interesting because I always do. I always like make a list throughout the day of gratitude. Like I just keep it open. And so I'm like, well, why?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So this says, when you live in a state of gratitude, the world opens to you. Every day is a blessing, and in each moment, there are numerous things you can be grateful for. Gratitude has a snowball effect. When you are thankful and convey your gratitude, the universe radiates more light and showers you with more blessings. There's always something to be grateful for, even when life is challenging. When times are harsh, whether you are having a bad day or feel stuck in an endless cycle of struggle, it can be difficult to take a moment to feel appreciative. Yet that is when gratitude can be most significant. Finding something to be thankful for amidst challenges can instantly transform your experience. From a pessimistic viewpoint, blessings are easy to miss. But when you step into a mindset of gratitude, you can find them everywhere. Appreciating all that exists in your life right now can change how you see the world. And once you notice one blessing, more follow. They can become limitless. Choose gratitude, and every breath becomes a miracle. Each smile becomes a gift. The sun is always shining for you, even when it's hidden behind the clouds. That's hilarious. Because, yeah.
Right.
You begin to recognize irreplaceable lessons and challenges. A simple snack becomes a feast, and a charm is changed into a treasure. Living in a state of gratitude allows you to spread your abundance because that is the energy you radiate. The world reflects what you personify. The more you appreciate life, the more life appreciates and presents you with more goodness, kindness, and love. Okay. And now I know why I pulled this card. I pulled this card before I got the phone call from the bank. And when I was on the call with the bank, I remember thinking, okay, first of all, thankfully they called me. Thankfully they called me and not mom, because that would have been a sideshow in and of itself. Thankfully, I know who took the amount out, and I can call them and it's going to be easily solved. It's not a big deal. And I'm calm about it. Like, right. I'm a little irritated, but I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It'll be dealt with. So, insight.
Yeah. It's just giving you that confirmation that, yeah.
Hey, remember to be grateful.
Well, and like you were in your own way, like, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what about you? What card did you draw?
I pulled Remember Who You Are.
Ooh.
Angel Michael.
Ooh.
Yeah, the big guy. It says, you are powerful, loving, and a creative child of God, and you are very loved. You are made in the image and likeness of your creator, so you embody aspects of all those qualities. Your inner divine light is pure and bright in truth, and no mistakes can undo God's handiwork of true perfection. Don't be afraid of your power, your magnificence, or your wisdom. When you succeed, you inspire others. When you change your life so that it's more aligned with your interests, you inspire others. Be powerful, be magnificent. This is who you are. Oh, wow. Same with Archangel Michael. Michael's name means he who is like God, since he emanates the Creator's awesome qualities of love, power, strength, and unwavering faith. When you call upon Michael, your own from similar qualities are enhanced and magnified. Ask Michael to enter your dreams and clear away any fears that are blocking you from fully enjoying living your spiritual gifts and qualities. Michael works especially well with us while we're sleeping, since that's when we're more open-minded and receptive. Now, what makes me laugh about this is literally this week. So I've been kind of all this week, I've been thinking about how do I more embody who I am and, you know, all the things. Yeah. And I literally 2 different nights this week called upon Michael in my dreams and the other angels to help me figure it out. So that's just, again, I guess it's like a confirmation day of knowledge instead of 100%. Instead of a slap on the head.
They hear you.
Yes, exactly.
They're working on it.
They're like, come on, we're trying.
I think that's the message. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
It is really cool.
Love it. I love it. Hey, everybody. Got a question for you. Have you ever felt like you don't deserve to put the oxygen mask on yourself first because you don't feel worthy to take care of yourself? I'm here to tell you from personal experience that as a result of that, you're probably experiencing burnout if you are not already, because that's for sure what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a solution for you, and it's really easy and it's fun and it's actually kind of beautiful. I created this journal for you. And so this journal is your self-care sanctuary, right? Mm-hmm. And inside, I've got some journaling prompts. Actually, I've got 30 days of journaling prompts. So you get in there and it's not like, I don't know what to write. You're directed, right, to write. And then I also give you some blank pages so that when you feel like getting something off your chest, out of your head, you can just get in there and be in the flow and do that. But one of the journaling prompts is about releasing guilt, right? Because who doesn't have some kind of guilt, right? I do from time to time. And so this is just a way to guide you through all of these prompts. And after 30 days, you're going to have peace of mind. So head to the website, which is coach-wendy.com/journal. Write your name, type your name, good grief, type your name, your email address, hit download now, and you get this immediately. You can start today. And so remember, this is for you. This is for your peace of mind. coach-wendy.com/journal. Okay, and so now I get to introduce our guest for today. Jana Carrick of Jana Carrick Designs is the and Jana Carrick Designs LLC. This is the realization of a dream to help women style their story. Jana has always had a knack for helping others find the right fit. I'll tell you more about that in a second. Great look and awesome value for their wardrobe. Jana's career story has been rooted in the HR profession for the past 30 plus years. However, it left her with a desire to explore something beyond the corporate world. Her passion brought her to the fashion industry in 2017, becoming a stylist with an international clothing company. Through her experiences, Jana gained a deep gratitude for the friendships and connections she has made through this journey. In 2019, she decided to go out on her own and launch a women's apparel company. Really? 2019? Okay. Jana's husband, because it seems like you've been doing this forever. Jana's husband, John, is a co-founder and partner in this new endeavor and takes care of everything else. He really is the details guy. John's career began as an IT professional, and he is excited to bring his business acumen to the fashion business. So what does an what does an HR and IT professional know about fashion? Not much, but we are fast learners and ever so grateful to be in this together and sharing our journey with you. So that is about Jana, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Smiling Souls.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Of course. I wanted you to be on this podcast since we started. And just a little backstory, like Jana and I got to know each other before we both went to a conference. What was that? 23? 23. And we were both vendors, and I reached out to her and I said, I don't really know any of the vendors, and can we have a connect? And so we did. And I hadn't purchased any of your dresses yet. But at this conference, you had, like you see behind her, some dresses. She had a beautiful, like, hot pink dress, V-neck. I love V-necks. And then she had this like polka dot thing, pink and it was gorgeous, and a collar. And it wasn't really typically my kind of style, but I was like, okay, I'll try it on. It looked amazing. And here's the fit thing. Jana knows fit. She knows your size, because I picked out for this hot pink dress, I think I picked a medium, and she looked at me and she went, no, it's going to be way too big. Oh, no, I picked out a small. I picked out a small, and you were like, it's going to be way too big. And I was like, I love this woman. And And I was like, no, it's going to be fine. And sure enough, I put it on. I was like, oh my God, extra small. I'm wearing an extra small. So ladies, just saying, sizing is perfect. And her dresses, like the hot pink one, you can style up. Like last night, I had an anniversary dinner to go to, put a scarf on, put beige heels on, look, like $1,000,000. And it was easy to get ready. And also the pink dress, you can dress down. Tennis shoes, sandals, easy breezy. You put it on and it looks like you took forever to get ready. It's like, no, I just put a dress on. It's not that hard. The polka dot dress is a great travel dress because this thing doesn't wrinkle. You can wear it over and over and over again without washing. Trust. And so in any event, I'm so happy you're here, and I cannot wait. We cannot wait to hear the rest of the story, because I know there's one there.
Yes, there is a little one there.
So tell us about, how did you go from HR into stylist and designer?
Yeah, right. I know. Isn't it crazy?
Right.
Right. I am just a regular gal.
Just a regular gal.
Just a regular gal, very casual. But I've always struggled with, I feel like I have a very hard body to fit. But I have always loved color. I've always loved clothes. Probably because I was on that continual journey of trying to find, like, what can I throw on and be comfortable.
Right.
And before we get more into that, I just have to laugh that your selection today was about gratitude, because I wanted to start with this too. I don't know. I think you can see this, right?
Forever grateful. Ooh, I
so
like that.
When we were working on creating our logo for the business, I just kept coming back to the fact that, like, once it all fell into place, and we'll talk about that, I just kept saying, like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm so grateful that this is coming together, and grateful just kept coming up. And this little symbol, which you can see here, and I don't know if you can see it in our logo in the Jana Carrick.
Oh, between your first name and last name. Yeah.
A lot of people think it's just like an ampersand, but it is actually the universal symbol for gratitude.
Really?
And so, as a side part of our business, we ended up, based on the Forever dress, we ended up creating this Forever Grateful logo. So we just have it on, like, t-shirts and coffee cups and stuff. And that is our give back. What we sell in these items is what we give back to whatever the particular charity event might be. And so how ironic that you select grateful, because I can't even believe that I get to do this. And so,
oh my
goodness. And
goodness.
just seeing women transform right before your eyes is just truly amazing. So
that shows through in your work. It shows in who you are. You are forever grateful. Like, and that just shines through. Yeah. And you had a postcard of the dresses. Not to get off track, but can you hold that up?
Oh,
because okay, I have to show y'all. So on the end, the hot pink, the that's
the one.
And well, that's the dot polka dot dress that is a great travel dress. But the one that she's pointing at now, that's what I have, except for in the V-neck. And I'm sorry, those are my favorites. So there you
Thank
go.
Thank you, Wendy.
But so tell us, how did you go? Like, what was the first, like, clue you got, or like, oh, I'm supposed to get out of this. Well, now what?
Right, exactly. Especially because, I have no experience. John has no experience, where it's funny that now he thinks he's in the fashion industry, which is just a hoot. But, he's having fun with it too. So, like, how much time do we have on this podcast? But I'll try to be really quick. The true real story, I wish it was much more glamorous, but it's not. We were going, well, okay, I was in HR. For my whole career was HR, and in machining. So very male dominated, not a lot of female outlet. And at the point when John was really working a lot and our kids were off to college, and I found myself, like, okay, I could either work more or what can I do maybe for me now? And I really didn't know like what to do. And again, I could work more, I could work more hours, I could do all that. But anyway, so then I did start, I was a stylist, accepted as a stylist with a clothing company, which was awesome and just a wonderful company. But what I found is that I learned that I am such a t-shirt dress type person. I love to wear just simple classic dresses.
Right.
They're easy to throw on and go, and I'm not going through my closet trying. I just feel comfortable in that. And the company that I was representing, did not have that in their line for some reason. And I found myself still looking for that. But if you're not wearing what you're selling, people want to know, oh, is that with that company? And so there was that. Then we were going on a trip, and I went to our local mall, and I just wanted to find a couple dresses for vacation. And I ended up counting because I couldn't believe it. I tried on over 200 dresses throughout the mall, and they were either not great fabric, not great fit, outrageously expensive, or so cheap you knew if you washed it, it was going to shrink. And I just came home so frustrated. I didn't buy anything. And and again, I think I said that before. I feel like I'm a hard body to fit. So there was that too. And I just was complaining, I guess, to John, and he said, well, make it yourself then. And it kind of like stops you in your tracks. And I went,
wow,
interesting. So I kind of sat down and looked to the heavens and just said, wow, I think I've just been given an amazing opportunity. However, I have no experience. I don't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do next. Do I have to go to school? So following and trusting the plan and the journey, our niece, we live in Wisconsin. Our niece from Arizona was living with us at the time because she was going to school here. And I'm not kidding you, within those 10 minutes, she came home and told me about someone she just interviewed, basically her boyfriend's grandma, who used to have a company, a clothing company. And she was just like, oh my gosh, you just have to meet her. I think you would love to meet her because you have such an eye for fashion. She has such an eye for fashion. And even though my eye for fashion is very simple and casual, but anywho, it was just amazing to me that all of a sudden, as soon as we said this out loud, people were being put in my path to make this happen. And John would just say, if nothing comes of it, at least you have dresses that you have in your closet and you can wear. And so we met our pattern maker. Was just amazing. She took my sketch drawings, and in 8 tries, she developed the dress with me. We selected this fabric, which is, as you know, just very flattering, nice drape on the body, doesn't show things we don't necessarily want it to. And while it is a little thicker, it is machine washable, hang to dry, and very breathable. So I've worn it in Aruba. I've worn it in Mexico,
wow.
you know, and
Yeah.
comfortable and breathable. And then we found our fabric sourcer here. We're trying to be made in the US. So we make all of our dresses in Chicago. We started with black, and now we have quite an array of colors and a couple of styles. And yeah, that's what happened. We launched May actually will be 6 years that we've been in business.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. So Steph, I don't
Hopefully
know.
that wasn't too long. I'm sorry.
No, but I don't know. So Steph, I think you probably picked up on this when Jana said, you know, she said to the universe or said to the heavens, okay, because this happens with us all the time with the podcast. It's just things are flowing. Things are easy. Like we will say, okay, we want to do this, and then guess what? It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you speak it out loud, the universe and the heavens listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will ride the wave while we have it. Who knows? We're right now trying to be retired, but yet running this business. And John has a couple side businesses. So it's just been fun. And then we do a lot. I do a lot of one-on-one. We do have our website, but we sell one-on-one in person. And I can't tell you how many times there is a woman that goes into our fitting room very uncomfortable, like, I really don't want to try a dress on necessarily. And they come out standing tall, many times in tears, just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm wearing this dress, and I can't believe, so even if I start to doubt, I have something like that happen so often that I just have to trust and believe that that's my role right now, is to try to very simply help women to feel comfortable and confident in their appearance, which, not that it's not about the dress. It's not about the appearance. It's not about any of that. It's about how it makes you feel. And from the inside out, then, and that's where the style of your story comes in. We as women take on a million stories every day. We're taking care of everyone, or we're going to the soccer game, or we're going to the grocery store, or we're going to, we're doing all of our things. And the last thing you want to think about is, oh, geez, what am I going to wear today? Well, how awesome. I can just throw on this simple classic dress and just feel confident enough to take on the day.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was little. My mom's been in fashion forever. And when I was in high school, she was like, if it was a test day or something, she'd be like, wear whatever makes you feel confident. So honestly, for me, it was my blue jeans and my Irish knit sweater, and and I always laugh because my fashion has not evolved much. I'm very much a 90s girl who wears her Doc Martens and her blue jeans and her Irish knit sweater and a t-shirt. But
Same. My mom would say to me growing up, she'd be like, can you at least put on something besides jeans? Can you at least put a little mascara on? Because, in only the most positive way now, but like, I guess, bug eyes that she and my brother would tell me, can you just put a little, can you just, and so she too was one of my very first supporters, and as Wendy knows, we went through a lot with her and her. She had dementia, but I have just the best pictures of her in our dress. She was one of the first to have it, and she did pass away last year, but she is wearing her dress right now. We buried her in her dress, so just really special.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. And your mom, she was one of your most she inspired you.
She did.
On this journey. So how did your mom inspire you?
She was always positive no matter what was going on. And don't we know we all have life happen? She just was always positive, and I wasn't always positive. And I don't exactly know at which point in my life when that all kind of turned around, and maybe it was her that helped me really grab onto gratitude and being grateful, because once you accept that, and that is how you live your life, everything else changes. And she just, and at her funeral, boy, we heard from so many people that said about her positiveness, her gratefulness, and she always was so pulled together, even if she was in her golf skirt going, and so I was like, holy cow, she had such an influence on me in all those ways. And I didn't really even realize it when I was going through it. But then it kind of all came together, crazy enough, at her funeral through that process. Yeah. Special lady.
Amazing how that happens.
So kudos and cheers to you for your jeans. I love my jeans too.
I know. And it's so funny because every so often I'm like, I'm going to evolve my style, and I will slowly add like a piece or two or whatever. Like, I like fashion. I just like your shopping experience of going to the mall, trying on 200 dresses and being like, yeah, of course, the thing that's way too expensive is the one thing that looks great, right? Like, I'll go to TJ Maxx and I'll be just looking at the rack, and it's like you see the one from across the room and you're like, yes.
You see the one.
And then you walk up to it, you touch it, you're like, it's beautiful, it's a perfect fabric. And then you look at the price tag, you're like, and I cannot afford that. Not even it on. Like, once I started the high fashion to TJ Maxx, I was like, damn it, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
go ahead, Steph.
Oh, I was going to say, even when you were talking about the helping a woman feel great in the dress, because that's what it is all about, that, and it kind of reminds me of recently I've been happening upon episodes of Say Yes to the Dress, and like, yeah, that show is more the wedding dress that so many people build up in their mind, but the concept is getting you to feel amazing and beautiful and wonderful, and that's what you should feel every day, no matter what it is you choose to wear, right? And so like that, like I was like, oh, it's kind of,
Yep, I agree. Even my oldest son, we have 3 adult children, and my oldest, and we were talking about it one day, and he said too, because I kept I don't know, I must have kept saying about, like all this about this dress or clothing, and he too would say, and he's 30 at the time, whatever, young to me yet, but and he would say, Ma, it really has nothing to do with the dress or the clothes or the accessories or the whatever. It's the how you make people feel and how you can help them to easily throw on and go and feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be your.
Exactly. Oh my gosh!
And remember you too.
Say what, Steph? I missed that.
How people will remember her too is how
exactly. Yes, you're not all about the dress. Like, that's obviously what you're making and manufacturing and selling, but it's really not. It's not who you are about, right? You are very interested in who the woman is, right? And that shines through. And to Steph's point, and to yours about price, like, honestly, when I first met you, Jana, and you were, I'm a clothing designer, and I was like, oh God, I'm not going to be able to afford her clothes. Wrong. They are affordable, and like, they do the material. I don't know what kind of material this is, but it does hide the lumps and the bumps and the things that you really don't want people to see.
Show the world.
I don't know how. I think it's magic, but yay.
Yeah, some people will call it the magic fabric. That's funny
It
that
is
you
the
say
magic fabric.
that.
It is
Yeah,
the magic fabric for sure.
that's awesome.
Do
And
you have,
it's probably, before doing this and now understanding the process and
yeah.
the pricing and all that kind of thing. We have not
right.
raised our prices since launch day. And
wow.
it probably is more than I might have wanted to pay when I would go out in the world. But I'm wearing the same dresses that we launched with 6 years ago.
Mhm.
And it's still my black one that I still wear
Yeah.
often. It's lasted 6 years. It still looks like I just took it off the rack. So
100%.
at least I know that it's going to last for a good long time. And truly, I do wear it so often. I wear it every day. It helps to save you because you're not buying 1,000 things for your closet that you're not going to wear. You're buying maybe one or two that you're going to wear every day. So, yeah, it's changed my whole mindset with all of that.
And I can't get over reading your bio that you started this in 2019. That was not that long ago. I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
we launched and then COVID hit. And
right.
and everything we do typically is in person, but it actually ended up, I had to get out of the comfort zone, and I not I had to, but my daughter was living with us at the time. She helped encourage me to get on these social media platforms and do things that, like being live, that I never say never thought I would ever do. And those are the positive things that our community of customers really came together because everybody was home for the most part, and so we could connect once a week and just talk about stuff. And then as we were getting out of the COVID thing and people starting to go out in the world again, the little pop-up markets that we would do were just fabulous because people couldn't wait to get out and do them and be shopping and then connecting. And it just so at first we thought, oh, great timing, but then it really ended up to be the best that it could be, as most things are. Yeah, I couldn't have planned it.
That's that whole universe, having your back and the heavens going, okay, this is going to be the best for you. Now's the time.
Who'd have thunk? But
who'd have thunk? Do you have any plans for new styles coming out?
So a couple of new things. So with what we're doing in the fabric that we're using, again, we're trying to have everything here in the US, which is hard with there's just not a lot of opportunity available. So we're trying to look at some things that we can be doing to keep things going that way. So, for example, our regular dress, the short sleeve that you have comes in a crew neck or a V-neck. Those are great options. We can get those in pretty much any solid color. But I would love to do more with pattern. So we ended up now, like the pink one, that polka dot one that you have, that sleeveless dress. What we learned is that we can do our regular Ponte fabric in that sleeveless dress. We can also do our performance fabric, which the pink one is, in our regular dress, which has given us a ton of flexibility. And then we've also learned, I wish I had it right here, but we've also learned that so John and I have been able to create and manipulate some prints in that performance fabric. And so in our area, about half hour north of us, we found a fabric textile printer.
Oh, wow.
And they do like furniture printing, upholstery and that kind of thing. which, I mean, that was another like, oh my goodness, it's in my backyard. So we're one of their first apparel fabric printing people. So it's been really kind of a fun partnership. They're getting into that. So we can do so much more, just even fabric wise. What I'd love to try next, I'll sneak peek on a couple things we're trying to figure out is taking the V-neck dress and clipping off the sleeves and making it sleeveless. We have people that do prefer sleeveless, especially if they're wearing a jacket or a blazer or that kind of thing. But then also just in our summers and traveling, people they like the collared sleeveless, but would prefer V-neck is what we've heard. So that is one option we're toying with. And then taking our regular dress, this one like I have on, and maybe starting with the crew neck, but extending it to like a T-length or an ankle dress. The hard part of that, there's always some hard things, but the hard part of that is everybody's a different height, right? So myself being shorter, and then my sister, who's probably 5 inches taller than me, we're kind of using us as the bar. So somewhere in the middle, where would that go? And hitting more at the ankle, because if a dress hits at your mid calf, that is often the largest part of your leg. And so if it hits at mid calf, it tends to make you me look how do I say, larger than I want to look, just because of where that hits. And so by just going down a little bit to that ankle length, elongates you so much more. So, those are the things that we're toying with and kind of working with. I have a couple more pieces that I would love to design in my tenure here, but we just take one day at a time and are grateful for one day at a time and do what we can do. And see where it all takes us. Who knows where the journey will take us?
So exciting. So one final question: what would you say to someone, Jana, that has a kind of a glimmer happening and going, I think there's something else I'm supposed to be doing? What would you say to that person?
I would say, if you keep having that ache or that thought or that nagging, pay attention to it, and also take the time to sit and just be and see what fills you and what guides you and what directs you, just in the being still stage, not the go, go, go. And wait for when the right time is, maybe that you get that, and you're supposed to do it. And, at my age, I not that I'm old, but I wonder, sometimes I'll say, shoot, I wish I would have started this earlier or sooner, or, had more time going this way but then I just have to trust that it wasn't the right time for me. And when it all fell into place and I wasn't fighting it or pushing it or chasing it, and it fell into place, I just trust that was the right time for me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's really good advice.
That's what it really comes down to, is the timing. Like, we kick ourselves sometimes, but it really is, it's meant to be the way it's meant to be.
Yeah. And being okay with that. It is
whatever you were supposed to go through first, and then
I think that's it. You got to go through what you got to go through, and once you've gone through it, then you're off.
Yep. And being okay with what if it doesn't go the way you think it's going to. That's okay, because that meant that you needed that experience for the next thing, maybe. And don't beat yourself up about this or that or what doesn't work or what, it's all ebb and flow and challenges and joys, and it's all part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And almost being, this is what I desire to have happen, but also being detached from the outcome.
Yes.
At the same time, it's kind of a weird mix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jana, thank you so much for being our guest today, and tell people where they can find you online, in the world, all the things.
Okay. Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. You made it so fun and easy, and it's awesome to be here.
And you're welcome.
Yeah, so our website is, well, a few things. So our website, where you can find our addresses here, and learn more about our gratitude and our story, is janacarrickdesigns.com. Very easy. We'd love it if you would follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We do a little bit on TikTok and LinkedIn, but we're mostly on Facebook and Instagram, and just at Jana Carrick Designs. On Facebook, we do have a private group called Style Your Story, and we try to put we try to post there first so that our customers and friends can be first with the info. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way, but those are good ways to follow us. We mostly are in Wisconsin and doing our pop-up shows. They start now. We've had a few. We lived in Florida for a while this winter. We did a few there. That was fun. But now we're back here and we're starting our pop-up market, and let's see what else. We do some things with some larger conventions depending on where they are. So that just kind of depends on timing and the groups and where that is. But otherwise, it's really pop up around here in the Wisconsin area, and really in southeastern Wisconsin, we do most of our things. So, but we'd love to travel if anyone has any good ideas for us as to where we should pop ourselves up.
I love it. And on your website, does it give a list of like where you're going to be for the pop-ups?
Yes. I'm trying to think if it's got May on there yet, but our big ones that we do in June, September, and October in Wisconsin are at Holy Hill Art Farm, it's called. And if you've never been there and you're in our area,
I've heard of it.
it's awesome venue. It's just very family friendly, pet friendly. There's live music. It's just, I feel like when I go there, I'm stepping into a Hallmark movie town, and vendors everywhere, but just done really nice. And that's a big one. There are 2-day weekends, and those are coming up. And then we do a few little smaller ones for like charity type luncheons for ladies that and do little shopping events like that too. So and I guess too, one-on-one we'll do virtual where we can have appointments to style your story here, just one-on-one with myself. I'll do appointments in person as well, but trying to connect with as many women across the country as we can, without necessarily having to always drive across the country. Not that we're opposed to that, but the more one-on-one that we can do virtually or in person is just, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. And sign up for Jana's newsletter. That's how I get all the information and know what's going on.
Thank you.
And I'm going to do the Style Your Story thing on Facebook. I did not know about that. Getting on that. Anything else, Steph, that
I think we are good.
Okay. All right. Well, Jana, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you. Have a great day, ladies.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. See you next time.